Welcome to lesson 2. In lesson 2 we will talk about linear function, inequalities in xy plane and graph of absolute value of functions. Okay, let's start with linear function. For linear function we have a form of y is equal to kx plus b4. Here exponent or degree of x have to be equal to 1. If it is not 1, it is not a linear function. In previous lesson we say that we call this equation linear equation because when we have its graph, it is a line like this. But when it is different from 1, for example, if it is kx squared plus b, it should be something like that. So it's not linear anymore. Okay, let's continue with k. We call k slope, and b is called y-intercept. For slope, it shows how it changes for 1 unit of when we increase x by 1 unit. When we increase x by 1 unit, y will increase k unit. For example, if this y is equal to 5x plus 10, while x is equal to 0, y is equal to 10, when you increase x by 1 unit, y will be equal to 15. Okay, let's look how to find value of slope. For finding value of slope, you have to just know 2 points. It is x1, y1 and x2, y2. Let's show it in also xy plane. Let's say here x1 and y1, x2, y2. Okay, for finding slope we have this formula. K is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or you can think it like this. This part, it is y2, here is y2 minus y1 over this part, x2 minus x1, or in other words we can say rise over run. Okay, also we can say that, let's say here is alpha. We didn't talk about trigonometry, but okay, we didn't talk about trigonometry, but maybe you know that tangent alpha is equal to opposite side rise over adjacent side, and it is run. So it's also equal to tangent alpha. Okay, now let's take an example. For example, 2 and 3, 4 and 10 points are given. What's the value of slope? K is equal to 10 minus 3 over 4 minus 2. So it is very simple. 7 over 2, 0.5 is the answer. But when these points are given in graph like this, I try to create a triangle like this. Then you can find rise easily. Then you can divide it by run. Let me show you one example. Okay, for example, when it's given like this, you have to just create a right triangle like this. Here is rise. So it is 1, 2, 3, and here is run. it is 1 and 2. After that we can say slope is equal to rise 3 over run. Because it goes to up, it is positive, so it is positive to 3 over 2. And when it goes to down like this, slope is negative. When it goes to up, slope is positive. When it is parallel to x-axis, we say that it is y is equal to any constant. For example, let's say here is 5. It is 0 and 5 points, so it is y is equal to 5 line, and slope of this line is equal to 0. For example, let's say that we have 2 points. Here is 0, 5, and this one is 1, 5. When you find slope, this 5 over 5, 5 minus 5 over 1 minus 0, so it is 0 over 1 and it's equal to 0. And also you can think it like this: when you increase x by 1 unit, there is no change in value of y, so it is always constant. That's why slope is equal to 0. When it is parallel to y axis, we say it is x is equal to constant. If here is 5, so it is x is equal to 5, and here slope is undefined. Okay, now let's turn to how to find finding slope. We say that when it is y is equal to kx plus b, slope is k. So for example, when y is equal to 5x plus 10, we can say that slope is 5. But when it is like this, 2y plus is equal to 4x plus 10. Here you can say that slope is equal to 4, because you have to be sure that this part coefficient of y is equal to 1 here, and there is no anything except y. So we have to divide all of them by 2. So we will get y is equal to 2x plus 5, and here slope is equal to 2. Okay, now let's take some examples. Y is equal to 5x plus 10, 15x plus 15, 2x plus 4y is equal to 10, x is equal to 5, y is equal to 5. Okay, just now stop the video and think what's the value of slope for each of them. After finding, check the answer with me. Okay, here slope is 15. Here slope is, here you have to make like this: 4y is equal to 10 minus 2x, y is equal to 2.5 minus 0.5x, so slope is 0.5. Here slope is undefined, and here slope is 0. Okay, here we can take a note, like when it is given in this form, ax plus by is equal to c, it goes to that form, and slope is equal to negative a over b. So you don't need to actually do this one, you can just divide 2 by 4, then you can write here negative sign, so your answer is negative 0.5. So you will save some time. Okay, we talk about how to find slope. Now let's look, it is compare. Okay, first let's take a 3 line like this. Let's say it is A, B, C. When you make this angle greater, let's say that is like this. When these angles become greater, slope of these lines will be greater. So here A is greater than B and it is greater than C. For example, it can be positive 1, positive 0.5, positive 0.1. So biggest one is A, which has greater slope. But when you take a negative one, okay, here again this one can have biggest slope like this. Absolute value of slope is greater than for this one, but because it is negative, here biggest one will be A and B, C. Okay, now we are looking two type of slope, parallel and perpendicular. First let's look parallel. Parallel means that there's a two line will never intersect, and if they intersect with another line, this degree will be equal to each other. Okay, now let's look in xy plane. Okay, these lines are parallel to each other. Here, if here is alpha, so it means that here is also alpha, and we say that slope is equal to tangent alpha. So because both of them is equal to tangent alpha, we can say that k1 is equal to k2. So it's our rule for parallel line. Okay, because we say that they will never intersect, instead of parallel you can see also they will never intersect. Let's write here parallel lines. When you see parallel lines, they will never intersect. And because there is no intersection point, it means that there is no solution for these two. Let's say there is no common point for these two lines. So if you see no solution, it also means they are parallel lines. When we are talking about two lines, linear equation. So this reverse means k1 is equal to k2. Let's say that we have a line like 5x plus 7. There's a second line which is parallel to this one and passes through uh, 2 and 10 point. So we have to think it like this. Y is equal to second line, let's say kx plus b. It is general form. When we are talking about line, question relates to linear function, think this formula, this form y is equal to kx plus b, then think how to find k and b. Okay, here we cannot find b because we don't have enough information right now. You can put this point here, but we don't know k. So first we have to find k. Because it's a parallel, k is equal to 5. So it is y is equal to 5x plus b. After that we have to put it here. 10 is equal to 5 multiplied by 2 plus b, and b is equal to 0. So it is y is equal to 5x line. Okay, second one is perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines. Okay, perpendicular means that there's a two lines intersecting at 90 degree. Or right angle. So instead of perpendicular, you can see also intersecting at right angle. Here is k1, here is k2. Okay, here we have this formula k1 multiplied by k2 is equal to -1. Or you can think that second slope is opposite of reciprocal of first 1. Okay, we can prove this formula with using trigonometry, like okay, k1 is equal to tangent alpha, and this part is, let's say, beta. So we can prove it like with this one. Here is 90 degree. From here we can say that beta is equal to 90 plus alpha. So it is actually tangent 90 plus alpha. And from conversion formula from trigonometry, it is equal to negative cotangent alpha. Tangent alpha multiplied by cotangent alpha is equal to 1, and it is equal to negative 1. But you don't need proof, I just do it for your interest. Okay, now let's take an example. Okay, if your first slope of first line is 5, second one will be negative 1 over 5. If this, for example, 10, it will be negative 1 over 10. For 0.2, think it first like fraction, then make it reverse and write here negative, so it is negative 5. For example, if this is 0.75, we know that it is 75 over 100 and 3 over 4. It will become negative 4 over 3. If it is 1, it will be negative 1. So just multiplication of them have to equal to negative 1. Okay, now let's say that we have a line y is equal to 2x plus 5, and it passes through. There's a second line which is perpendicular to this one and passes through 3 and 5. Okay, here first you have to think that 2 will become negative 1 over 2. So it is y is equal to negative 1 over 2 multiplied by x plus b. Y is 5 is equal to negative 1 over 2 multiplied by 3 plus b, and b is equal to 6.5. So after that we can say that y is equal to negative 0.5 x plus 6.5, and it's our second line. Okay, we talk about slope. Now let's think a question like this: 2, 4, 3, let's say 7. Let's write here a and 13. What's the value of a? Okay, here we have 3 points. Let's say it is x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3. Okay, here if you find slope k with using these 2 points, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Here you will get 7 minus 4, 3 minus 2, so you will get 1. I'm sorry, you will get 0 over 1, so it is 3. If you find slope of these 2 points, you will get something like that. So all of them have to be equal to each other because they are in the same line. Okay, now let's look this question. So when you have this type of question, you can write it 7 minus 4 over 0 minus 2 is equal to 30 minus 7 over a minus 3. Here will be 3. Then you have to just find a. It will be equal to 5 when you calculate it. Or you can do it like this. With using first 2 points, you can find slope. Then you can find b. After finding its general form y is equal to kx plus b, just write instead of y 13 and instead of x a, find a. It's also another way. Okay, now we are looking to intercepts. Okay, we have here y-axis, here x-axis. The points that the line cross the x-axis is called x-intercept. And here is called y-intercept. For coordinate of y-intercept it is 0 and y. And for x-intercept it is x and 0. For example, when we have y is equal to kx plus b, b is here is also y-intercept. When you have something like that, let's say here is 2, here is 4. If we want to find the equation of this line, it is y is equal to b is this one 2 plus 2. It is rise 2 over round 4, 2 over 4, and with negative sign. So it is negative 1 over 2x. Okay, let's say that 2 points are given. x1, y1, x2, y2. Let's write another example here. Let's say 2, 4, and 3, 5. When 2 points are given and they are asking you to find x-intercept or y-intercept, we can use this formula, this one. But you have to take 1 point like x-intercept and one of them y-intercept. I am showing it to you. Let's say y-intercept is 0 and y, x-intercept is x and 0. Okay, first let's find slope with using these 2 points. After that we are finding it with using these 2 points. Y minus y1 over x minus y1 minus y, x minus 0. Okay, this one is formula for finding coordinate of y-intercepts. And let's write another formula for finding x-intercept. It will be just y1 over x1 minus x. And this is for finding x-intercept. Okay, let's now look here. If you want to find y-intercept and x-intercept from here, you can use this formula, like 5 minus 4 over 0 minus 2 is equal to 4 minus y over 2. And also you can use this formula, but if you don't want to memorize formula or you cannot understand this one, you can think it like this. First find slope with this one. It will be 5 minus 4 over 0 minus 2, so it is 1. After that, write it here. Y is equal to x plus b. Let's put it here. 5 is equal to 3 plus b. And b is equal to 2. So 2 is y-intercept. For finding x-intercept, y is equal to x plus 2. Then let's write here 0 and x is equal to negative 2, and it is x-intercept. Okay, this intercept part is easier than, compared to slope it is easier, so it is normal short. Now let's look a line which passes through origin. Okay, when it passes through origin we don't have b here, so b is 0, that's why we don't have this part. It is just y is equal to kx. And for all points, ratio of y to x is equal to each other, and also it is equal to slope. So if you have this part, something like that, Okay, here you can see that ratio of them is equal to 2, ratio of them is equal to 2. So we can understand that it is in this form. Y is equal to kx. So it is y is equal to 2x. So it have to be also, ratio of them have to be also equal to 2. So it is 8. We learned how to find equation from line, but we didn't talk about how to create a graph of equation. Always first look this y-intercept, here is 10, and look slope. If slope greater than 1, when it is 1, here will be 45 degree, so it has same distance to x-axis and y-axis. But when it is greater than 1, it will be something like that. So it is something like that. So it has a greater degree than 45. And when it is negative, it have to go down. I think you already know this part. Okay, now let's look how to find solution area for inequality. Let's start from simple one, x greater than any constant, for example 5, x less than 5, y greater than 5, and y is less than 5. Actually, you can find them with writing them in decimals. When you write this one decimals, it will show you a graph, but let's learn it. First, you have to find x is equal to 5, so it is just a line parallel to y-axis. And because you say greater than 5, you have to take this part. Here it is like this. So let's write here. When it is x greater than, you have to take right part. When it is x less than, you have to take left. When it is y is greater than, you have to take upper. And for this one, you have to take down. So let's write y is equal to 5 and upper part. Y is less than 5, you have to take down part. Okay, now this is a little bit complicated. When y is greater than x, first you have to draw y is equal to x. And because say y is greater, you have to take upper. And because you say x less than, you have to take left part of line. So this one is our solution area. Let's look y is less than negative x. Okay, here you have to look y part, this part, not this one, because sign of x is not positive. You have to make it positive for looking x. Because they say y is less than, you have to look down part. So it is answer is here. Okay, last thing we are talking about graph of absolute value of function. Y is equal to x is like this. When it is y is equal to absolute value of x, it will become something like that. Positive part will be same, but negative part will be like this. Let's take another example. For example, y is equal to x minus 5. Absolute value of this one will be something like that. And this is the end of the lesson 2. Thank you for watching. See you in lesson 3.